I'm Scott Carr. The death toll from a tornado that's ripped through parts of Mississippi is now up to at least 21. Officials say powerful storms and at least one tornado plowed through western Mississippi last night, destroying neighborhoods and causing widespread power outages. Authorities say it tore a 100-mile path through the Mississippi Delta. Weather officials confirmed devastating damage in Sharkey and Humphreys counties. 2 are dead, 9 still missing after an explosion at a chocolate factory in Pennsylvania. The blast happened at the RM Palmer chocolate factory in West Reading, destroyed most of the building and left the rest in flames. The cause of the blast is still under investigation. In Washington, D.C., federal lawmakers have been looking into the jail conditions of some of the January 6th Capitol riot defendants. Brad Siegel has more.
On Friday, members of the House Oversight Committee toured the D.C. jail and had differing descriptions of the conditions. Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene says there were a variety of constitutional violations occurring and the defendants were being mistreated. The 2 Democrats who attended the tour said the inmates were being treated very fairly and there was nothing out of the ordinary. California Representative Robert Garcia criticized Republicans treating the insurrectionists like they're pseudo-celebrities.
President Biden is sending a warning to Iran after an American was killed by a drone attack. During a state visit to Canada Friday, the president said the U.S. doesn't see conflict with Iran, but will strike forcefully to protect our people. A suspected Iranian drone hit a U.S. installation in Syria Thursday, killing a U.S. contractor and injuring 6 other Americans. A teenager who stabbed a Florida cheerleader 114 times will go to prison for the rest of his life, calling the murder of 13-year-old Tristan Bailey cold, calculated, and cruel. The judge ordered Aiden Fucci to spend the rest of his life behind bars. The 16-year-old had pled guilty to the 2021 murder. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
This is Kentucky, where the only thing ordinary is the unexpected.
I got everything you need.
Horse country, legendary distilleries, rivers to paddle, lakes to splash and relax, big city vibes and small town charms. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
I got everything you need.
Officials with Ford Motor Company are reporting about $4 billion in losses for their electric vehicle business. The division, called Ford Model E, also lost money the previous year, though the company is outlining a plan to make EVs profitable. Market analysts say electric vehicle production will continue to be costly, noting it took Tesla more than a decade to become profitable. Ford says their gas and hybrid vehicles are expected to reach profits of $9 to $11 billion this year. In Miami-Dade, the state attorneys announced the arrest of a home health aide and another man for stealing $216,000 from a 97-year-old woman with dementia.
Both Jose Pierre Toussaint and Natsky Nelson are being charged with 1 count of exploitation of the elderly, 1 count of organized scheme to defraud, and 1 count of grand theft over $100,000.
Catherine Fernandez-Rundle says that Toussaint is still at large and that the suspect stole the money through a number of financial transfers involving debit cards and bank accounts.
We can only surmise that there is a more than casual or business connection between Pierre Toussaint and Nelson at this point. We cannot confirm that.
The pair were providing care for the 97-year-old Florida woman. A Cleveland man is facing charges of felony vandalism and menacing after allegedly destroying a Taco Bell drive-thru screen after becoming angry over not being able to use the screen. Police say the suspect became angry while trying to order food when he was told the restaurant was only accepting mobile and DoorDash orders at the time. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tweets it won't see the light of day in the upper chamber, but the Republican-led House has approved an education bill emphasizing parental rights in the classroom, mandating all public schools make all school curriculums, reading lists, library books, and school budgets available online. It would also require schools to receive parental consent before a student can change their gender markers, pronouns, or preferred names on school materials. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A Lexington woman has pled guilty to a deadly shooting. It happened in 2019 at the Nicholasville Road and Wilson Downing intersection near Fayette Mall. Police say that LaPortia Stringer was shot and killed while she was in her car by Marquita Campbell. Campbell was charged with murder but was amended to manslaughter due to Campbell's plea deal. She will be formally sentenced on May 26th. The recommended sentence is 13 years. The Kentucky Children's Hospital is opening up a new room designed for families when the medical team has to deliver difficult or life-changing information. The room is called the Panda Care Center of Hope and was built in partnership with Panda Express Restaurant through the Children's Miracle Network. Doctors say that some of the information shared with families is really hard, and the room will give the family members time to process that information. They say the room will be used frequently, sometimes even daily. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
At Subtle's Tree Care, we salute the beauty of the great outdoors. And for those times when the great outdoors isn't so beautiful, you don't have to worry. At Subtle's Tree Care, we do it all. We help protect your trees from damage in high winds and storms, even tree and stump removal, land clearing, brush trimming. Let Subtle's Tree Care take a look at your property. If there's a tree that could be a problem, we'll let you know and take care of it before the problem happens. At Subtle's Tree Care, you get the best for less. Affordable, expert tree and brush trimming, cabling to reduce stress damage on your tree from high winds, weight from ice and snow, and heavy foliage. At Subtle's Tree Care, we're your neighbors. We live here. We're a licensed, insured, locally owned business, a family that's been taking care of your land for over 30 years. The great outdoors. It's beautiful. At Subtle's Tree Care, we can help you keep it that way. Visit SuttlesTreeCare.com and let's take care of your trees and property before there's a problem. Subtle's Tree Care. Get the best for less.
This is Jason Tyler, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. Communication is key. That has always been my motto. Communicating with my customers, finding the best rate, and keeping my customer informed during the entire loan process is something that you can count on. Call me today at 859-734-3316 and let Whitaker Bank help you with your lending needs. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Ransdell Funeral Chapel. Our goal is and always will be to provide the best value in funeral service available. Exceptional care from a trusted family name, Ransdell Funeral Chapel.
Gradually becoming sunny this afternoon, breezy, a high of 86. Mostly clear tonight, low around 38. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 66. Isolated showers Sunday night, low 45. Partly sunny on Monday, high 66.
Welcome to Gardening with James. Learn how to start your own garden, grow your own food, and live a healthier lifestyle. Food can be a medicine for the body, or it can cause high blood pressure or other health issues by not eating right. This show is packed full of tips and information, as well as special guest interviews from around the country, and it's designed to make gardening simple, fun, and frugal for the whole family. Call James with your questions and problems now at 734-4321. Now, let's go in the garden with your host, James Ross.
All right, here we go on another great Saturday morning. Today isn't too bad. It's a little windy out there. You may have to put a jacket on. Like this, got a little chill to it. Because this morning when I woke up, I guess it was around 4:30, 5 o'clock, I definitely had a chill on. I had to put my hoodie on in the house instead of turning the heat on. But all in all, I think it's going to be a pretty good day. Lots of opportunities to get out and do different things now. We're into spring, and our last frost date is April 1st, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So any of those seeds and different plants that you had planned on putting out, we're getting really close to that date. So go ahead and start getting it together. Get your starter packs, if you want to grow them in the house or, anywhere, just get you some little 6-pack starter packs or something. Put you some soil in it, put you some seeds in it, and, just be sure to water it. Don't let it dry out. And I think those plants will come up pretty good. So Let's see. I think we got a phone call here. Yes, we do. Gardening with James.
Hey, James, this is Kurt.
Hey, Kurt.
I don't know if I misheard you or with your last frost date.
Yeah, April 1st.
Yeah. It's actually in May here.
In Zone 6.
6B, yeah. May 10th. And I have a video of, I think it was about 3 years ago, we had a real bad frost on the 10th of May.
Yeah.
Lost all the beans I had out, and I had a tray of water in the back of my truck as an experiment.
Yeah.
And it was frozen a half-inch thick. We got down to 25 degrees that night.
Yeah. You know, because I've seen it snow on Easter.
Yeah.
I've seen some really strange things, you know, going on, you know, and, you know, here you thinking that Easter's coming up and people are gathering the eggs, and then for, you know, there's snow flurries, snow's on the ground, and makes it a little bit more difficult.
Right. So that being said, I wanted to, I've been itching to put some beans out, and that I always have backup seed.
Always have backup seed because you just never know. Or, you know, it's either that or you got to have some type of cold frame or some type of plastic over it in order to try to protect it for those short time.
I took a chance back, like I mentioned, that freeze that got all the beans I had out that year. It was a 100-foot row, and I didn't get it covered. I just took a chance, and I paid the price. But, you know, so a little word of caution.
Yeah. Don't get too happy yet.
Yeah, don't put your tomatoes out yet.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me about tomatoes the other day. I said, well, I'm not quite sure you want to do that. Just if you're growing them indoor in a greenhouse or something, yes. But if you're going to put them outside, I wouldn't do it because you just never know what you're going to get because the way the weather is changing. We might get anything because, you know, look at Los Angeles. They had tornadoes, you know. And, And, you know, and like I said, I lived out that way for years and never, you know, crossed my mind that a tornado would ever come that way. But things have changed now.
They have. I don't know if you caught that on the news earlier. There was a really bad tornado in Mississippi. There had 21 people lose their life in that storm. I guess that's what came through here overnight.
Right. I think we just getting the remnants of it.
Yeah, we're very fortunate here. I mean, we do have tornadoes, and part of Mercer County's got an alley where they seem to congregate. But we bought an older home. I figured if it's still standing after this long, it should stand a little bit longer.
Yeah. You know, for me, I think the way they build houses in, like, tornado alleys, I think they need to change it up to something where wind can deflect off of it instead of just, you know, because it's just like you driving a semi down the freeway, you know, you got a big old trailer on the back. Well, if a big wind hits it, first thing it does is fall over. It's kind of the same with houses. If they build them circular or some other, you know, some type of way to where it would just go over it instead of just blow it away.
Some sort of big flying saucer thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to take up much of your time, but I really appreciate your show, and I just caught that, and I thought, well, I hope I misheard that. So when my wife's yelling at me, she's like, "Don't you correct him?"
Hey, I have no problem with somebody calling in and say, "Hey, you got the date right, I got the date wrong, or whatever." You know, help me out here. You know, I'm doing the best I can, so it's all good.
We're in this together, aren't we?
That's right. We're in this together, you know, and somehow we'll make it work.
You bet. Well, Lisa, you have a great day, and I'm hoping to get out there and do a little bit too. Like I said, I'm wanting to plant some beans. It might be a little wet today for that, but I've got some fencing I want to put up, and the rabbits out here are just really bad.
Poor man.
They need.
You're gonna have to start raising rabbits then.
Believe me, we've done that.
Oh, you've done that.
we've done that, and that's, oh my gosh.
Here's the.
I'm sorry about that.
And that's okay. Ended up with over 50 in a heartbeat, and I thought, well, my daughter wanted a couple rabbits, and I thought, well, we'll turn this into a little money maker for her. And it ended up about breaking the bank with all the feed that we had to buy.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. There's a lady that I'm working with right now down in Batewood. She raises meat rabbits, and she told me that she was going to bring me like 6 buckets of rabbit droppings. To put in the raised beds. I was like, hey, keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Yeah.
I actually got in contact with a young woman down here in about, I guess it's in Danville. I know it's in Boyle County. And she'll call me every other week or so and tell me that she's got 5 or 6 of them muck tubs to pick up. And I'll go get it and help her out by not having to take it to wherever she was dumping it before, and it's helping me out. And hopefully this spring and summer, I'll be able to bring her some vegetables again this year. I did it last year for her.
We're just trying to help each other out.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, because when you get stuff like that, I mean, it's you can't pass it up, and it's always nice to kind of share.
Yeah, and you know how much time that saves you by not having to take care of those animals.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Let's throw a plug in real quick if I can for the farmers markets out there. Ours is actually opening on Derby Day again. I've tried to incorporate that date for people who want to get their tomatoes early. But we're going to have here in Mercer County, we've already met and have set dates for special events for the months of the market this year. So everybody stay tuned and look for flyers, and we'll have a event each month, a theme for the month.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to maybe get you to come to the market one day.
Sure.
And past year I bought one of those dinner bells.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to try to get like a tradition going to ring that bell to start the markets.
Oh, okay.
Or end it at the end of the day. I've gotten out here and rang it a few times. It's pretty loud.
It's pretty loud. Okay.
It'll be a lot of fun, I think, just to do it the first few times. It might be annoying to the people that live around the stable over there, but
right.
Pick them up and let them know to come on over and buy some fresh vegetables from us.
Okay. Well, yeah, you got my number. Just send me a text or something to remind me, and I'll be sure to come by.
I'll try to set up a date so you can kind of advertise it a little bit too.
Sure, I can do
Thanks for the airtime. I appreciate you, man. Have a great day.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, farmers markets are starting to warm up. I'm starting to hear more about it. The Danville or Boyle farmers market. They're working on dates now to open up, and things are starting to get busy around Constitution Square, and we kind of look forward to having the markets back open with the different entertainments and different things where you can go out and you can buy fresh vegetables. And in the beginning, it won't be a whole lot of fresh vegetables, but you may be able to find some plants or different things to help get started. But as the season goes on, like say, lots more of the vegetables and things will start to come in, and but it's always a nice time to just be able to go sit around and kind of watch what's going on, see what people are buying and see what the interests are. And sure, sounds like fun. I don't mind ringing a bell. Let's see here. Let's see. I finally got my first pack of seeds. That one had the first pack had I think it was 50 packs in there, so I got those and waiting on the other two packs coming in. I guess they'll be in probably here in the next week or so. Usually it takes a couple of weeks when you do seed donations from different companies, but I've been tracking them, so they're on the way. So I'm looking forward to that, so I can pass some of those out to the Shepherd's House and to Bakewood Homes and over at Center College. And speaking of, Center College and KSD, I think things are starting to, maybe work its way out. Had got a call, said that KSD is trying to see if they can get their people who work in the shops and works in the buildings and things to come in just to put the panel in. So this way we can go ahead and get started with the filling of the bins. So they're going to try to work it out. So they told me, hey, give it another week, but I think it may work out for the best for everybody. And it's kind of nice that they see where maybe they could help out instead of fussing with us about trying to do something good. Pitch in, use your people to come and finish up a simple project, and let's go ahead and get this season going. So things are moving on the plus side right now, so I'm pretty happy with that, because that's the only thing that's kind of slowed us up just a little bit, was trying to get permissions and all these other different things. So I think it's going to work itself out. Let's see here. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and get my break out the way, and I'll be right back.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling, bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is $85. At Big Deals online store, get the Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're going to wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has rock to go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs, from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 325-5858. They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue. Mulch to Go.
Mulch to Go.
Harrodsburg, Mercer County has a lot to offer. Want a great burger? It's here. Want a crafted farm-to-table meal? It's here too. Want to indulge on Southern hospitality? Enjoy yellow leg fried chicken and a 2-year-old ham, and top it off with hand-dip ice cream. It's all here. Harrodsburg, Mercer County. Tell your friends and family. Southern hospitality continues with a stay in a historic inn, a bed and breakfast, or a traditional hotel motel. Remember, your adventure in hospitality starts here in Harrodsburg, Mercer County. This message brought to you by the Harrodsburg, Mercer County Tourist Commission. For more info, go online to harrodsburgky.com.
Dear Mom, I know it's hard trying to quit smoking, but I heard something new about something that might help. It's called Kentucky's Tobacco Quit Line. It's one-on-one individual counseling over the phone with someone who can help. You can talk in private and talk at times when it's convenient. Just call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Mom, one of these days I'll be graduating, and then maybe someday getting married. I want you to be there with me. Please try it. I love you, Rachel.
The Kentucky Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. This message brought to you by your local health department.
This is Goldie Goldsmith McNary, inviting you to join me each week for What's Happening Goldie, a talk show that features interesting people about interesting things. We'll learn how to stay healthy and keep fit, and we'll explore the world of entertainment. So join me for What's Happening Goldie.
What's Happening Goldie every Wednesday at 10:05 a.m. and Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on WHBN 1420 a.m. and 99.5 FM.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by your Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg and Outdoor Power and Rental. Visit Ace Hardware of Harrodsburg for their winter specials, North College Street.
Gradually becoming sunny this afternoon, breezy, a high of 86. Mostly clear tonight, low around 38. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 66. Isolated showers Sunday night, low 45. Partly sunny on Monday, high 66.
Welcome back to Gardening with James. If you have questions, feel free to call the station or email spreadingcompost@gmail.com.
All right, we're back in the garden. And like I say, the last frost date, like I say, it kind of varies. Like I say, he was right. It's 6B would be like in May, and there's a 6A. But a lot of people grow stuff that's anywhere from 6 to 6A or B to 7 or 8. This kind of depends on what it is. So you just want to make sure that that you stay weather-wise, because a lot of times, even if the calendar says that that's the correct date, like say you may get a freeze, one last freeze, because the weather changed up just a little bit. So if you're gonna be planting things, like say stay weather-wise, make sure that if you're gonna put your tomatoes or you're gonna put whatever those tender plants might be, just be sure that you've got a backup, and like I say, just watch the temperatures. Make sure that you got a cold frame or something that's going to be covering those plants, just in case you need it. Because, like I say, it snowed here on Easter, so anything might happen. Up until the weather starts to really warm up. So just stay weather-wise and make sure that you're protecting your investment, because or have the extra seeds or different things that you might have to have just in case something goes wrong. So like I say, just stay weather-wise, and I think we're going to be all right. Like I say, the weather's changing quite a bit around the country. Some states are getting hurricanes. Some states are getting flooded. California, I mean, they've seen more snow and rain in the last 6 or 8 months than they've seen in forever. So tornadoes in Los Angeles, and that's usually not part of the cycle of tornadoes. They usually go different directions. But we are in Kentucky, and like I said, we just have to be prepared for anything. Let's see here. Coming up this week, I've got started back on my regular schedule, going to, a few houses, cleaning up yards and their flower beds, and, getting them cleaned up, a little bit, not trying to do it all at one time, but just a little bit. So this way the yard looked pretty good, because the grass and different things, they're growing pretty good because we've had a lot of rain. So I've started cutting grass and getting onions out, because onions seem to be popping up first. One thing about onions, they'll grow in no matter what type of soil you put in there. So for everybody else, just start to clean up in your yard, so this way it start to look a little bit better. And as I always say, if you took a picture from last year, what your yard looked like, and you go out and you take a look at that same picture this year, is that what you want? So start making plans on any kind of changes that you want to your yard. Do you want to put a new bed in? Do you want to take a bed out? You want to take out some bushes? You want to put in a couple of trees, or whatever it is? Go ahead and start getting those plans together. And as I always say, always call 811. So this way they can come out and they can mark the water or the gas lines or whatever. So this way you won't be in the news because you dug through a line or something. So that's the best advice I can give you for today. But I'll be talking to you again next week with Radio Rick and Joe Show. Have yourself a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Gardening with James, Saturday mornings on WHBN 99.5 FM and Tuesdays and Thursdays garden tips on WHIR FM 103.9. If your needs have been met, share it with someone. It will come back tenfold.
WHBN.